GM, welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're taking a look at the fact the bags really aren't dumping, unless you're in the wrong bags, of course. So let's have a little look at some of the bags that are keeping at least a steady ground here as the rest of the market does take a bit of a nosedive. We've also got some Bitcoin updates here and some general altcoin analysis. So if you enjoy this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop me a GM in the comments down below. Let's get it. So here we are with Bitcoin, 29,250, a slight recovery off the lows of 29,000 yesterday. You can see this kind of trajectory of it moving upwards, of course, with a lot of overhead resistance here in the 31K region. This is the breakdown. I believe this was to do with 3AC last year in 2022. When they collapsed, that was obviously a big moment in the market, and it is providing as a major overhead resistance here still. So hopefully we can just chop around in this region and eventually break to the upside. But to be honest with you, even if we do get lower prices at this point, I'm taking that as a massive blessing. I honestly think to be bearish here is pretty stupid, and these are the times where we should be licking our lips knowing that new retail has not yet arrived and we're able to buy bags at very discounted prices and see what the upcoming trends and narratives are going to be in the market. So don't take lower prices as a bad thing. I think they are seriously a good thing if they do come, but I am still very bullish here in the short term anyhow. Now over to the fear and greed index here, we're now down to neutral, a 50 read down from 55 and 60 in the previous month there. So you can tell market sentiment is starting to shift. If you tuned into the Mario Nawfal spaces yesterday, where we had the likes of Benjamin Cowan and others doing some max doom talking yesterday, while it was pretty damn depressing, I lasted all of about 10 minutes on there, and then I had to log out because honestly it sounded like a wake. And these people are just way too bearish, and it is not good for your overall psyche. Positive mindset, be more bullish. This is the industry that you should be most bullish on if you want to make some life-changing gains over the next 2 years, and that is what we're here to do. Calendar, Forex Factory, here we go. What have we got tomorrow in Boomerland? We have, of course, the FOMC statement coming out and the Fed's fund rate being determined by Jay Powell, and then a presser afterwards. Unlike the previous maybe like 6 months where macro was big on the agenda and I was actually tuning into these, I am not listening to these anymore. I think we know what the trajectory is. As you can see, the market's spidey senses say 25 bips coming in tomorrow, 98.9% chance, and Jerome often does not disappoint. So macro and Bitcoin talk out the way. Let's move on. So new trends and narratives, of course, Telegram bots. This is a major narrative shift, but I don't believe that this is a flash in the pan. I think this is just the way that people are going to be trading in the future. Rather than logging into exchanges, you can do things at the tip of your fingers whilst you chat to your mates on Telegram or Discord. 2 categories here to go through. So of course with this one, Telegram bots, Unibot is well and truly the market leader here. And even though it had a stark pullback earlier this morning, as we'll see on my chart here, it has recovered quite considerably. This means people have been stepping in and buying up the discounts. So it went down to $100. I think it did wick below at $99, $98. As earlier, but you can see it's already back up around 20% from that low point. They do have a rev share model on here, and it does accumulate huge amounts of fees. So people who are smart know that if they buy into this and the numbers continue to go up and more people adopt these methods, which of course they will because we are so early in the cycle here, the rev share is already ridiculous. I know some bigger accounts who have obviously made it already, they're multimillionaires, have probably invested large chunks of money into this, but they're accumulating fees into the region of 1-2 ETH per day, which is rather mind-blowing to think about. So this category more broadly will continue to do well, and it's all about just trying to find if there are some beta plays to be had, but often just betting on the market leader is the best way to go and looking for dips. If we just do go down here as well, WageyBot is one to have your eye on. I'm going to do a video tutorial on this one tomorrow, not so much hyping up the token, but just how to use the platform, as I did see a video where WageyBot was quicker than Unibot in terms of making snipes and making trades. So this could be a competitive advantage. And I like the meme behind it being a wagey, i.e. a 9-to-5 worker. Moving on, we have Yolo Nolo now getting its own category, top Discord bots by market cap here. Very small cohort of projects in here, and as you can see, Yolo Nolo at the bottom there, trading at $2. I do expect this one will go a lot higher. Max supply 4.4 mil, the FDV is only 9 mil. So if you just think about it, Unibot has already posted 150 mil, I believe it was, at max. So the kind of ceiling for these other competitors to try and fill some of that space is pretty phenomenal, to be honest with you. So I'm very bullish on this industry and how people will be trading on social platforms. Think about all the banter you can have as you're punting spot bids, options, perps, all that good stuff. And the update here is that Yolo Nolo has this week, at the end of the week, so I believe this will be Friday, perps going live. So this will mean a whole new income stream for Yolo Nolo. We're going to see this slowly get adopted. It taps into the Hero network liquidity, and there will be a staking model as well, which will be released so your Nolo can be staked. So you will be able to get a rev share from all of the fees. We've seen how well that's gone for Unibot. It just needs to be popular. Now, I do believe that Discord is more popular than Telegram, and I believe we've got a lot more crypto enthusiasts in Discords than in Telegrams, but we will have to see, and the market will tell us if this data is correct or incorrect. But I think this is a great beta to have to Unibot, and it has a huge amount of catch up to play. And of course, this update is coming on Friday. I'm hoping to get this live in my Discord. If I can get it in, then I'll send out an invite to you guys here on YouTube to try and get some of you to come and test it out and play along with it. And that is the true way you find out if a narrative is sticky or not, by actually trying these things for yourself. So hopefully by the end of the week, we can do this. And then of course, tomorrow I will have a WagerBot tutorial coming out as well, so we can see how the Telegram bot works and the competitive advantages of actually using one. I think there's many. Now, Nolo, as I mentioned, does tap into the liquidity of Hero. Hero is essentially the liquidity layer on Solana with a load of protocols building on top of it. And this one has not been dumping. So again, my Nolo bags have been going up to the right. My Hero bags, my recent acquisition here, have also just continued to go up and to the right. It does seem rather mispriced. And you can see that from the chart here, the market is not giving major opportunities to buy on dips. The dips have been tiny here. So whilst the rest of the market has looked a little bit shaky, some of the altcoins down 10, 15%, this one's not looked bad at all. As you can see, I think when Bitcoin breaks bullish again, this one will start to get sent because it is just too cheap, in my opinion. So Hero is the liquidity layer for all of the other projects that build on top of it. Think about the vacuum that's been left by the likes of Serum from FTX, of course, no longer being there. A liquidity layer on Sol needs to happen, and it is happening with Hero. And these are all the dApps that are actually plugging into that liquidity layer, and thus there's a huge flywheel effect with some outstanding tokenomics that I'll dive into in future videos as to why Hero and having a big stake position of that could be highly, highly lucrative. You can see the dApps on here, Yolo Nolo. We've got the likes of some betting platforms, Flowmatic, a really cool API that will be plugging into a load of dApps as well on here. We've got PepperDex coming soon, and I think it's in total somewhere in the region of 28 teams building on top of Hero. So not many of these are currently live and really, captured market share as yet. But as things do proliferate into the future, I think this could be a real winner in the market. So do have this one on your radar. I'm super bullish on Hero, and I'm looking to stake a rather large bag of this one for the long run. Next bag here, DMT. This was called a shitcoin by someone in the comments when I first did a video on this one, but it is going from strength to strength. And I think DMT is going to be a big player in the kind of gaming and kind of social aspect of crypto. Built on Arbitrum, they've been pushing out a load of updates, such as an Uno game, so you can play Uno on there. And they have this coming as well, a free to enter World Series of Poker tournament starting on the 30th of July, which I will be getting involved with. The entry is free, but you do have to have 6 DMT staked to get involved, and you've got to register by the 28th of July. So if you're keen on a bit of poker, maybe you think you're pretty good, stake 6 DMT, we can get involved with this. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. And there's of course going to be huge DMT prizes for the top finishers, as it states on there as well. So this, in terms of the chart, again, you can see just from the structure of the chart there, a pretty damn solid bag. No major dumps that I've been really scared about here. Dips are for buying, in my humble opinion. And I think Sanko Dream Machine does a lot better in the bull market, and we get some serious numbers out of that one. And likewise here we have Team Kujira, so around 72, 73%. If we just zoom out on the chart here, finding a bit of resistance at around the $1 level, support around 70 cents. We're just ping-ponging around this zone at this moment in time. TVL is ticking up nicely, loads of updates coming from Team Kujira as well. We will cover them all on this channel. And I am just super bullish on Kujira because the team, at the rate at which they ship stuff, is just absolutely phenomenal. and it does seem to be putting in higher lows as it goes. This all in the face of a backdrop where Cosmos absolutely hates Team Kujira. As an example here, Cosmos Station Wallet has terminated Kujira from its services. So this is like one of the OG wallets within the Cosmos ecosystem. And as you can see here, they've just taken away Kuji as a chain option. So any OGs who just use Cosmos Station, they can no longer access Kujira directly from that. They, of course, well, this pushes forward the Sonar wallet itself, but some really weird shenanigans going on from the Cosmos ecosystem. Does not to me seem decentralized whatsoever or in the ethos of cryptocurrency by any means. And this is rather disgusting behavior that other teams in that eco should also take note of, because if they can do this to Kujira, they can do this to absolutely anyone else. A bit of a strange oligarchy situation going on, but hopefully this does actually push forward a load more adoption of the Sonar wallet as a result. So tomorrow we have the FOMC coming out, 25 basis points, highly likely to be the interest rate hike that comes in from Jay Powell. Meanwhile, we're seeing a load of these strong altcoins hold up during these market conditions. And this is a signal that if you're into weak coins, they're just continuing to trend downwards. Well, there are winners in the market if you know where to look. And we can see some of the key narratives in the market going forward into this next cycle. New bags over old bags. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.